really, you can sit any comfortable way you like. You can lie down if you prefer. You can even come into child's pose for this one. So we're not going to really um, do like a typical pranayama practice this morning or today or wherever time zone you're in. This one is just really more about awareness and energy. So find a comfortable position. If you're seated, rest your hands, drop your shoulders, maybe even close your eyes if that's available to you. For those of you that are arriving late, we're just settling into a comfortable position to begin. And just take a moment here to tune into whatever's touching down against the floor beneath you. And let yourself land, ground yourself. And any time that we do that, we become present. That connection between us and the earth beneath us is always there. Gravity is always there to support us. Good, and then if you can, let the lips gently close and just allow the breath to flow in and out of your nose and notice it. Notice its pace, notice its quality. Let your jaw relax, eyes soften, heavy shoulders. And see if you can just create some length through your spine. Whatever position you're in is perfect. And again, whenever we make it to our mats, we are a little different. Right? How much sleep we had, our emotional experiences. So many different factors come into play. So just tune in. And let's be accepting of whatever we're showing up with today, knowing that it's just one day, it's just one practice. There is almost always, I could say always, I feel always, a state shift from how we start this practice to how we feel at the end of the practice. So just notice your energy right now, how you feel in your body and your mind and your emotional state. And we'll check in again at the end. And the breath is often representative of how you feel. So how's your breath flowing? Is it smooth and free? Or is it hindered or impinged or restricted anywhere? And I'm just going to now invite you to see if you can free it up a little bit. So maybe the inhales are a little longer and richer and fuller. And maybe the exhales, there's a little more softening, returning inward and letting go and relaxing. And so just smoothing out your breath. Keeping your awareness so focused on your breathing that everything else starts to fade away into the distance, right? Yoga is about being present. And so, we all have desires in the world, right? And very often we have like a mental block or a fear or something that creates a little restriction to whatever that desire is. So let's try to see if we can smooth out the breath in such a way that there's no restrictions to the breathing. Because again, it's representative of our life experience. Allow it in. And as you allow it out, allow yourself to soften and settle. And it doesn't have to be your biggest breath, but can it be your smoothest breath? So you start to let go of any of these restrictions or fears or worries or blockages to what it is you'd like here and now. And often the pace of breath will lengthen, which is wonderful to calm the nervous system and for our yoga practice. And let's just take about 3 more rounds of breath and then we'll start to move. Setting up that foundation of your breathing to be present, to be calm and at ease, to breathe in this experience and to relax into this experience. Very nice. Now keep the breath in that really sweet, free pace, rhythm, and quality. Feel free to circle around the shoulders if you're seated. If you're in child's pose, feel free to wiggle the head a little bit. Good. And then if you are in child's pose, come up to a comfortable seat here. We'll take the right hand onto the floor next to us and we'll just lift up the left hand, lengthen through the left side of the waist. We'll bend the right elbow and lean to the right. And keep that left sit bone planted. Drop your gaze to the right hand if you like to, or look forward. And then just press against the floor to do the other side. So left hand down beside you, right arm up. Lengthen the right side of the waist as you breathe in. And bending the bottom elbow, dropping the bottom shoulder, we'll lean over. Do whatever's comfortable with your head here. Just exploring the places in your body where you can bring a little more breath, awareness, and freedom. Good. Take that right hand up. Take it behind you now. Interlace your fingers or place the hands on the floor and draw the shoulders back. Maybe lift the gaze. Let the collarbones and heart widen here. Take a nice free breath in there. And as you breathe out, let yourself soften. Drop the chin toward the chest. Keep the shoulders heavy and pull the navel back. Just a touch. Good. And then release your hands all the way up, breathing in. Interlace the fingers up here. Turn the palms inside out and lengthen both sides of your waist. Good. Draw the belly in a little bit for some support. The arms can move back behind the ears if that's nice. One more breath in here. Good. Let the hands just separate and fall down toward the floor. All right. Circle the shoulders again or head again if you like, and we'll make our way up to hands and knees. So just noticing already maybe how that started to shift your state. Right? You're just more present, hopefully a little calmer. All right. So from hands and knees, let's just do a couple cat-cow shapes here. So let your belly drop, pull your heart gently forward in your gaze as you breathe in here. And then round the back as you breathe out. Separate your shoulder blades, pull the navel up, dome the back. And just one more time, inhaling, gazing forward, lifting the sit bones, and rounding as you exhale. Separate those shoulder blades. If you want to wiggle a little your head or your hips here, go for it. And then we'll come to a nice flat back and neutral spine. We'll curl under the toes and make our way to downward facing dog. And then feel free to readjust. Right? You might want to pedal the knees or wiggle the hips or head. You might want to take the feet farther back, closer in, maybe wider for this first one. Let your head hang. Let your heels dip. They don't have to touch. And then press against the floor to lengthen again the two sides of the waist. And then find that breath again, that smooth, long breath without impingement, where there's no restriction, where it can almost flow through your entire body. Breathing in this experience and then softening into this experience. When you're ready, lift the heels and bend the knees, looking to the hands. And then just walk on up there. Take your time. No rush to start, certainly. Let's just fold forward here, dropping the head, maybe the hands as well. Maybe you want to take one hand to each elbow and sway a little bit. And just keep the weight somewhat even in the feet, front to back, side to side. Heavy head, steady breath. Good. Let's release the elbows. Float the arms back and the heart forward. So come into a flat back. I like the knees a little bent here to create more extension through the spine. And then pressing into the feet on an inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, rise up, reach really high. Bring the hands together in front of your heart. Standing tall, shoulders back and down, navel in. Equal out the weight distribution in your feet. Set an intention for your practice today if you'd like. What would you like? Is there anything that you're working on? Is there anything you'd like to let go of or invite in? And you can infuse that with your breath, right? So that whatever it might be, if it is anything at all, you could breathe it in energetically. or you can let something go energetically, or perhaps both. Good. Releasing the hands on an inhale, reach up, lengthen, and fold in half as you breathe out. Drop your head and drop your hands. And we'll just keep the right foot on the floor. We'll step the left foot all the way back. We'll drop the back knee. And on an inhale, float both arms up so you're in crescent moon. So we'll take the right hand on top of the right leg here and lift the left hand up and over, kind of like what we did in the beginning, seated, but I know some people are arriving a little late. Pull that belly button in, and then both arms float up. Maybe you lean back a little on a breath in. Hands circle to the floor as you breathe out. We'll just lift that back knee and step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Folding as you exhale, hands down. Weight in the left foot, right foot steps all the way back. Dropping the knee when it lands, arms float up, crescent moon. So we're starting off nice and easy. Left hand to left thigh, right arm up and over. Breathe into the space you're creating in your body. Good. Both arms up, maybe leaning back, inhaling. And hands float to the floor, exhaling. Lift the back knee and step it up. Good, halfway lift, breathing in. Folding forward as you breathe out. Bend the knees a little, float the arms out and up, rise up, reach up, inhaling. Lean back if you want to, hands to your heart, exhaling. Pull that navel back. Good, reach up on a breath in and fold as you breathe out. And just see if you can smooth out the movements just like you smooth out the breath. Flattening the back as you breathe in. We'll step it back to plank pose on this out breath. So both feet back. Holding the plank as you breathe in. Lowering to the mat as you breathe out. Knees can drop first. A gentle cobra on the in-breath. Shoulders back, heart extends forward. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Take a couple breaths here to settle in, to explore, to not judge in any way. And then let's separate the feet about hips width apart, even a little bit wider today. So we're going to start to amp things up a little bit. So make sure your feet and hands are maybe about equal width apart, a little wider than shoulders and hips will help. And then we'll just take the right hand off the floor, reach under the body to the outer left leg. And just reach down as low as you comfortably can, pulling that right shoulder under, pulling the left hip back a little and keeping the weight somewhat equal in the feet. Please skip this or modify this if you have any kind of left shoulder or wrist injury. And then can the breath stay smooth? It's a little challenging. Right hand returns to that wide down dog. We'll go right to the other side, left hand reaching under and around. So you can kind of use that left hand to roll the left ribs under. Hug the right hip back, both heels dipping, head hanging, breath flowing. So we're practicing staying calm when things get a little challenging, represented by the smooth flow of breath. Right, and if you can't keep the breath calm, back off the pose. Good. We'll return the left hand to the mat. We'll bring the feet a little closer together now, and the right foot will float up and back for three-legged dog as you breathe in. Good. And we'll take the right knee over to the left elbow on the out breath. Let's pivot the inner left heel down to the floor. Lean into the right hand and lift the left hand up. So you can hug that knee up to the chest, or you can straighten the right leg and set the outer edge of the foot on the floor. It's all good. We won't stay here much longer than that. Left hand returns. Right foot floats up. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Good. Step the right foot forward on your out breath. Stay on the back toes this time and just rise up to crescent. You can drop the back knee if you want to. Bend it a little to pull the navel back. We're just going to turn to the right and spread the arms. Dropping the shoulders. Look to the front left hand, float it back as well. Now both arms are reaching back and down, palms are open, heart is open. Drop the back knee toward the floor. If you want to touch it, otherwise hover it. Reach up as you breathe in, and hands to the mat as you breathe out. We'll step the right foot back to plank, inhale. We'll lower down on the exhale. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Take a couple breaths, return. Add any movement, drop into child's pose, whatever you need. Can you keep the breath smooth to represent your calm presence? All right, let's go right to the other side. Left foot lifts up behind you, three-legged dog, inhale. And left knee to the right elbow as you exhale. That back right inner heel drops. Keep the knee toward the chest, float the right arm up, or set the foot on the floor. Lift the hips if you can. Reach up with that right hand. Engage the back leg. Good, right hand comes back, down. Left foot floats back up, three-legged dog, inhale. Step it to the front of your mat as you exhale. Stay on the back toes and rise to your crescent pose. Remember that back knee can come down, it's all good. Pull the navel in, turn, open to the left. Reach that left hand back, most of you a little more probably. Look to the front right hand, let it float back. Can you spin the palms up? Can you drop the shoulders down? Can you open your heart? You can bend the elbows if you want to. Can you smooth out your breathing? Maybe drop the legs. Let that back knee almost touch down, or drop it. Reach up as you breathe in. And hands to the floor as you breathe out. Step it back, plank. Inhale. Lower down, exhale. Cobra, inhale. And back to down dog, exhale. Good job. All right, building a little heat, a little resiliency. Keep that breath smooth. Let's lift the heels and bend the knees as we breathe in, and walk or float forward as you breathe out. Halfway up, inhaling, folding in half, exhaling, pressing and rising up on your inhale. Reach high, hands to the heart, exhale. And so remembering your intention if you set one, or setting one now if you haven't. Shoulders back, belly in. Okay, here we go. So we're going to come into the chair pose, bending the knees and lifting the hands as we breathe in. We're going to stay in the chair pose. Just take the hands together in prayer, bring them right in front of your heart, and dip those hips enough so that as you turn to the right, you can hook the left elbow on top of the right thigh. And roll the right shoulder back. Press the right hand against the left hand to bring the hands toward center. Now, I don't care if that left knee shifts forward. It's fine. Let's keep our sacrums happy and healthy here. Maybe you can widen the collarbones. Some of you might want to take the left hand to the floor and the right hand up. Some of you might want to back off a little bit. Okay, we're going to play a little bit. We're going to bring all the weight into this right foot. We're turned right. We're going to lift the left heel off the floor, and then see if you can play with stepping the left foot all the way back. And if you can't, please don't judge yourself. Just have fun. We're meant to challenge ourselves so that we can grow from the challenge. Stay calm. Good. So maybe that left hand is down and the right hand is up. Maybe the hands are still at the heart and you're rolling the heart toward the right and up a little bit. Engage that back leg. Keep it long and strong. Keep breathing. Good. Release now the left hand to the floor inside the right foot. Take the right arm up. And then just reach the right arm over the ear. And see if you can hug the bent right hip back. Breathe. Press into the right big toe. Take the right arm up. Take it down to the floor next to that right foot. And then listen up. We're just going to step the back foot closer to the front foot. Maybe about 5 or 10 inches, 5 inches. Pivot the inner heel down. Straighten the front leg and fold over it. Should feel good. They call this pyramid pose. So I want you to think of hugging the right hip backward, extending the heart forward a little as you breathe in, and then folding as you breathe out. If you need the front knee a little bent, that's fine. Breathe, relax your shoulders and head. It's a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a break. And then lean into the left hand. You can use a block, or you can take left hand onto right shin or ankle and take the right arm up. So now you're in a twisting triangle. And again, the right hip hugs back, the heart extends forward and pivots right. And keep breathing. Work the back foot. Extend the heart forward. Good. Take your right hand down, both hands to the floor, bend the front knee, and float that back foot all the way up to vertical splits. Drop your head heavy. Find that sweet, long breath. Now you can grab the ankle with the right hand or both hands or neither. Totally up to you how challenging you want this to be. When you're ready, take the left foot to the floor next to the right foot. Come halfway up, breathing in, flat back. Folding forward as you breathe out. Through the chair, bend the knees, lift the hands, inhale. Standing on your exhale, hands to your heart. Take a moment at center. We did a lot on one side just to notice. Come back to that inner calm and inner peace and presence that your longer, smoother breathing helps you find. Okay, we have another side to go, guys. So bending the knees, lifting the hands, chair pose, inhale. Good, stay in your chair, hands come to the heart. We're going to turn this time to the left. Hook the right elbow on that outer left thigh. Roll that left shoulder back. So the hands come toward the heart center. Again, maybe some of you are dropping the right hand and lifting the left. It's all good. Find your place. Lengthen the spine. Try not to droop the head. Hug those hips back. Again, I don't care if the right knee comes forward or the left. Keep breathing. Try to calm yourself with your breath. Pull the belly in a little for support if you like. Okay, we're going to play. Remember, a playful attitude. All the way to the left foot, right heel lifts. Just start there. And if you need to undo your arms, that's cool. Gently, smoothly, carefully, take that right foot all the way to the back of your yoga mat. Good. So you're in a twisting lunge. Roll the heart to the left. Roll that top left shoulder back. Lengthen the back of the neck. Hug the belly in. Breathe. Maybe your left hand was outside and your right hand was up. Maybe the hands are still at your heart. It's all good. Let's release right hand down to the floor inside, left hand up. And then reach the left arm forward as you hug that left hip back and engage the back leg. Heart still spinning leftward. Breath still smooth. Good. Left hand comes up, back, and to the floor outside that left foot. We'll step the back foot in, maybe about 5 inches or so. Pivot the inner heel down. Fold over that front leg that you're framing with your hands. And then imagine hugging this left hip backward. And for an inhale, lengthen the spine forward by gazing out. And then fold back in. So let your head hang, drop and soften your shoulders. Breathe. So a lot of weight here of the body is in this front foot, right? So work the back foot against the floor so that you're balanced. Okay. So start to lift your gaze. Lean into the right hand and take your left arm up. Good. Right hand can be on the floor, on a block, or on the left shin, or even outside of the foot if you want to take it a little deeper. And the heart extends forward, the left hip pulls backward, the back foot's working the floor. Most importantly, your breath is smooth. You're not overdoing, which means back off a little if you need to. Press into that front big toe. You got it. Left hand back down. Back heel lifts, vertical splits. Float that back foot up. Drop your head. Play with your balance if you want by grabbing the standing ankle with one or both hands. Smooth out that breath, keep it long. Nice. When you're ready, right foot comes to the floor, next to the left. Flattening your back, breathing in. Fold forward as you breathe out. So here we're gonna get a little reprieve. We're gonna wiggle the feet apart, turn the toes out. We're gonna squat all the way down to Malasana Yogi squat. So you want the heels to stay on the mat ideally. If not, it's okay. If you need to sit on something, sit on something. The arms come inside the knees, the hands back at the heart. The spine is long. The triceps can coax the knees apart. And if you want to work it, the knees can hug against those triceps. Feel free to close your eyes for a moment or two here and just connect back inward to your breath. Drop the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Maybe remember your intention. Maybe wiggle the head. For those of you that want to come into crow pose or play with Bakasana, feel free. Very nice. From here, we're just going to take the hands back down. We're going to lift those hips and spin the heels out so the feet are a little wide and the feet are parallel. We're going to drop the head. And then just go ahead and take your hands up behind you, fingers interlace. Let's free up the neck. Sometimes we pull tension into the neck and shoulders. Heels of the hands can come together or apart. Hands can even rest on the back here, whatever feels good for you. Releasing the hands down. We're going to step it back to our final plank pose. Breathing in. We're going to lower down as we breathe out. I'm going to pause here when we get to our bellies. Good. And just point the toes, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor without using your hands. Come up to cobra. So you may not get high at all. That's okay. Use the back muscles. Press the feet down to lift the heart up. One more inhale. Good. And then shin comes down, hands in cobra or upward dog, your choice. And inhale up to up dog or cobra. Roll those shoulders back and down, pull the belly button in, and then downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal it out again. Last dog. Pull those hips back away from the fingertips, drop the head. When you're ready, let the knees come down, crawl them forward. Good. So you can come to a comfortable seat. Sorry, maybe you're already on your back. If you want to go there, that's cool. But otherwise, a comfortable seat. Let's take the right leg forward, left foot to the inner right thigh here. Turn to the straight right leg, reach up as you breathe in. Fold over it as you breathe out. And just drop your head. Let your shoulder blades separate. Enjoy a little length and spaciousness from the right heel to the back of the head. Smoothing out your breath. So we're starting to wind down now. You've created some space in your body, some space between your thoughts. Infuse it with breath energy, with something that you want to fill with. Release out any blockages that get in the way. Start to walk your hands back towards you to come on up. We're just going to take this right straight leg, bend it so the foot comes onto the floor. We're going to lean back into the hands and take the left ankle over that right thigh. So it's a version of thread the needle. Now, you can take the right foot closer to you to make it a little deeper, right? Or maybe further away from you if it's too much. And just keep the spine long if you can. Some of you might want to lean back onto your elbows. It's all good. Just another breath here to let that left outer hip release. And then Go ahead and take the outer right foot to the floor like you're going to come into a cross-legged seat, because you're kind of going to come into a cross-legged seat. And keeping that left ankle on the right knee, see if the right ankle can come under the left knee. So you're in double pigeon. So ideally the shin bones are parallel. The spine is long, the shoulders are soft. So for me, this is a lot. I just sit up nice and tall if I can. For some of you, this might not be a lot, and so you can extend the arms forward and take a fold. And just find your place where the breath can flow freely. Where there's less resistance and restriction. Whew. And somewhat of a release. Beautiful. All right, we're just going to unwind from that. Take both feet forward, maybe shake out the knees. Okay, let's do it all on the other side. Left leg stays forward, right foot to the inner left thigh. So you want to flex the left toes back, reach up on a breath in, and fold over the straight left leg as you breathe out. And then go ahead and drop your head. It's okay to round in here. Enjoy that length through the back side of the body on the left from heel to head. Shoulders separate, breath smooth. So, sometimes when we hold on to things, or when we have a thought that restricts something that we really want, maybe, sometimes it's a fear or doubt, we don't even notice it. But when we're in our bodies, we can start to notice where we're holding, where things are a little restricted or tight or grippy. And by consciously opening and loosening and softening those places of tension physically, it really does help us to let go and soften any mental tension, any restrictions in our thinking, and the energy that we allow to freely flow to us. Start to walk your hands back, lift up. Good. And then we're going to cross this right ankle over the left thigh just below the knee. You can start by leaning back into your hands and bend the left leg so the foot comes to the floor. And just find your place. It might come close, it might stay far, determining how that feels in your right hip. Feel free to come on your elbows. Connect to your body. Connect back to your breathing. Smooth it out. Allow things to flow to you with ease. Allow yourself to soften and let go of anything you'd like to let go of. It's so personal. They say that we store emotions in our bodies, right? So when we're blocked or holding, sometimes we feel it physically. So just allow it to soften. Free yourself up. Let's take that left foot, slide it over to the right so the knees and ankles can stack, so the shins are somewhat parallel. So the second side, or this side for me, is trickier. So you want to lengthen the spine, both sit bones down. Some of you, this might be enough just to sit up tall and try not to round, right? It's all good. Lifting the heart in any manner. Some of you might take your hands forward and fold. Feel what's going on in those hips. They say they're our largest storage depot. And those exhales, help them soften. Inviting something in and letting something go. Very, very nice. Okay. Let's uncross the legs, extend them forward one final time, maybe shake them out. Good, and then take your hands down, scoot your hips forward. Let's come onto our backs and hug the knees to the chest. I like to rock a little, circle around the feet at the ankles, maybe rock the head side to side. You've made it to your backs. Congratulations. Let's lift up the feet, bend the knees, and just come into a happy baby shape. Should feel kind of sweet after the double pigeon. Heavy shoulders, soft jaw and eyes. Feel free to rock your baby. Take care of yourself here. Soothing pose, soothing breath. Good. Maybe hold the toes or support the outer legs or inner legs with the hands. Just take a nice wide straddle with the legs here, letting those inner thighs soften. And then the feet come back up. Take the knees back to your chest, and we'll hold the right knee, lengthen out the left leg. Good. Open the right arm to the right and guide the right knee all the way across to the left. So we did a lot of twisting today, and this is our final reclining twist. So this one, there's no efforting. It's all about softening, letting go, and finding ease. Notice how easy and free the breath is now without efforting that. And each time that you breathe out, maybe you can just drop back and melt against the floor a little bit more, feeling the support of it beneath you. And then taking that right knee back in to roll again toward your back. And when you get there, both knees in. You want to rock a little. And then we'll extend the right leg out, open the left arm out, and guide the left knee across to the right. And place the left hand and arm wherever you like. Turn the head whichever way you like. Find ease here. Enjoying maybe how the breath flows a little more smoothly. With each exhale, just relax. When you're ready, take the left knee back toward your chest to come onto your back again. Take both knees in when you get there. So I like to finish by circling the knees in both directions, massaging the low back against the floor a little bit. And then once you've done that, go ahead and draw your nose toward your knees today. Wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a big hug. Squeeze yourself here. Offer yourself some support, some love, some tenderness, some compassion, and then breathe that in. And let everything go. Let go of your body, let go of your breath, get comfortable. Add any additional movement that you feel you'd like to add before you drop into Shavasana, of course. And then when you make your way to Shavasana, allow yourself to land there. So feel what the back side of your body is touching against the floor. And surrender back into gravity here. And I'm just going to invite you to feel your connection to the earth. Grounding yourself once more. Feel your connection to breath energy. Every living thing is connected to the earth in some way and breathes in some way. And so really we're all connected. just noticing that smooth flow of breath that you're not changing, you're not altering, but you're just aware of. So as the body relaxes, the breath will become smoother naturally and often shorter when we're really at rest. And that's all good. And just let it be free and easy. Let your body be free and easy. Let your mind be free and easy. What if you could operate in this world with your energy free and easy? How does that feel right now? Let's stay here. Present to the sensations of your soft, smooth breath as you completely relax and let go. Before you move back into the world, stay just as you are and notice. Notice how you're feeling in your body, in your breathing, in your mind, in your emotional state. How are you feeling energetically? Just checking in again at the end like we did in the beginning. Noticing if there is or was any shift. And then taking the final moment just to be grateful for you. To honor yourself for showing up for you. To take care of yourself. And to become more present, calm, resilient, and at peace. And if you'd like, you can take a last deeper breath in to fill up with gratitude. And then let your breath go. And feel free to carry some of this goodness, some of this freedom and ease and gratitude into the rest of your day or evening. Thank you guys for practice. Namaste.